Okay, Wayne Jetski almost viral. Another episode, another guest. I'm with Ducey Gold. What's up, man?
My guy.
How you doing? We just had a little bit of an issue. You left some stuff in the Uber.
Yeah, man. I left my bag in the Uber, a little tote bag.
How did that happen?
Me just being forgetful.
I'm the same way. Do you often forget stuff and like leave stuff in cars or at home, or do you lose your keys?
I'm not gonna say often, but like I definitely think about different shit. So whenever I'm preoccupied mentally, that happens sometimes.
You got a lot going on. You got a lot of songs to write. You got a lot of fits to think about. So sometimes, the little things slip through the cracks.
Oh, for sure. So, it is what it is. I got help. So
that's great. That's what you need. So you're in New York, going to South by Southwest tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
So how often do you come to New York? Is this the first time? I imagine you've been here before, right?
Nah, yeah. This is like my 4th or 5th time in New York. I come here. I try to come here like every year, for real. But I want to start coming more because every time I come here, it's like a good opportunity that arises. So, I love New York, man. The city is great energy. Yeah. I love
that never sleeps, man.
For sure. For it, like dead ass, especially today because it's St. Patty's. So
yeah,
it's like jumping.
I'm Irish, so I'm not really wearing too much green today, so I feel like it's a little sacrilegious. But I don't know. Sometimes when you walk around with the green on in St. Patrick's Day in New York, someone pulls you into a bar and you end up 10 shots deep, and that's just not the energy I needed to channel.
Oh God, that's me. That's me any day, for real.
Really?
For real. Yeah, I let it turn up. For
you
real.
Like to drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
With moderation.
That's good. That's very key. A lot of people overdo it. I was one that overdid it quite frequently, so I've been kind of easing back on the drinking, which is good. But what was your liquor? Your poison of choice?
Casamigos and soda, probably.
Okay, I like that.
I try to stay healthy, so I try to just not put all the sugar and shit in it. Just get straight to the point,
Yeah, they said
shots.
that tequila is the best hangover wise. If you're gonna drink, you should just drink tequila because you can mitigate some of the damage the next day. But
for sure.
I think any alcohol to a degree is not great for you. But
yeah.
Whatever. Did you see anybody going crazy when you came in? Any St. Patty's Day?
Nah, I didn't actually. Like I went straight from the crib to so I'm out here celebrating my boy's birthday. Shout out Eric. Celebrate my boy's birthday, and so we went to like this little place called Ruby's. Okay. It's like on the Lower East Side.
Nice.
And then but I didn't see anything crazy. I heard it's a parade or something.
Yeah, big parade. It usually gets pretty wild. I feel like in recent years it's kind of been a little more tame, but the St. Patty's Day parade's always big. SantaCon is big in New York City, where everyone goes out dressed like Santa Claus. Okay. And I'm trying to think of what else, but those are like the two main like wild drinking days in the street. But
True.
I feel like you get it everywhere. There's a big St. Patrick's Day party.
Yeah, but people just need something, excuse to get fucked up, I feel like.
Yeah. Enough about the St. Patrick's Day and the Irish antics. You're here obviously because you're a musician, a talented one. And I obviously did my research on your catalog, discography, but I try not to go too deep into like researching where you're from or anything like that because I feel like it kind of takes away from the conversation. So, are you from North Carolina or you're from Ohio? I see like a little bit of both.
I'm from North Carolina. I just recently lived in Columbus, Ohio for like a year and a half. But I'm from North Carolina, not born and raised, but raised in North Carolina.
Nice.
Greenville, North Carolina.
Nice. Okay, so Greenville, is that by East Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
cool.
I went to East Carolina for a little bit.
Oh shit, no way.
I played football out there, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, you could really play then. That's D1.
Type shit.
What'd you play? Slot?
Yeah, slot back.
Okay, yeah. I can read it. I played wide receiver and corner back in the day. Not playing college. Played lacrosse in college. But
true.
My cousin goes to ECU. He was in some frat. I don't remember what it was. But ECU, they play the fucking, at his wedding, they played the All I Do Is Win song, and they cut the beat and everyone goes, ECU!
Yeah, bro. That shit
funny.
That shit legendary, on God.
And his I love him. Keelan, you're a great guy. And his wedding was amazing. But it was funny. He got, like, all his frat brothers came out and they started, like, mosh pitting essentially to that. But what was it like growing up in North Carolina? A lot of open space, a lot of farmland and stuff, kind of?
Hell nah, not no farmland, but kind of what type shit. Like on the outskirts of my city, like there was definitely like some farmland and shit.
Yeah.
'Cause, like I guess North Carolina's kind of like known for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, shit, growing up in North Carolina, bro, I felt like I was very like, I had a great childhood. Like I got all the shit that I needed. It wasn't too fast, it wasn't too slow. Like, and that goes along with my parents and shit too. But yeah, man, North Carolina was a great place to grow up, and it's like right in the middle of everything. Like 4 hours from DC, 9 hours from here, 8 hours from Atlanta. So like, it was a great place to live for sure.
Were you a good kid, like in school, going to class, playing sports, or were you kind of a little bit of a rebel?
Well, I was definitely a rebel. I'm like a very curious person,
Mm-hmm.
and like curiosity kind of drives you when you're a kid to like, defy authority.
Yes.
But I was one
For
of those
sure.
kids that like got better as they got older. It was weird because most of the time I feel like kids get worse
Yeah.
once they start showing signs of like some fucked up shit. But it was actually the opposite for me. Like I got better as I got older. Like in like 8th grade, I got like me and some homies. We were like taking like pills in like 8th grade just for the fuck of it. Like just because we thought that shit was like cool. And then like
Were you buying them or like raiding the parents'
type
drug
shit.
cabinet and shit?
It wasn't
Yeah.
even me. Like I was not the ringleader, bro. But it was more so just like I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking at the time. But it's this pill called Lyrica. You ever heard of it?
Nah, it sounds like something that would help you rap though. Lyrica.
Nah, it was this.
Corny.
This was some shit. And like looking back on it, it was crazy. Like it was so dumb. We were taking it.
It's like a downer.
And it's like a medicine that helps old people with something. I don't even know. And when I say taking it, like I literally took it like maybe like one time.
Yeah.
But the one time I took it, I got caught with it, and I got suspended and shit for
How'd
like.
you get caught?
So somebody like, cause somebody like I guess like snitched or something at school, and then they, started investigating, and it was like 6 of us or something like that, and then
They drug tested you for this old people pill?
nah, they just came to the classroom and just got us all,
Oh,
and like I had it on me. You feel me? I didn't like,
post it with the Lyrica.
bro, crazy man. So like, that was I definitely got progressively better, and then like my junior year in high school, my parents they had like a little rental property, and I threw a party there and shit. But it was like being rented at the time.
Oh shit.
And the person was just gone. So I threw a party and like that could have been bad. But like after that, I really chilled out for real.
Did the people who were renting it know you had a party? Or you cleaned up adequately?
Nah, so they found like they came in on us.
Oh fuck.
And so it was like some whole ass shit. Like cops came, like damn guns blazing, like
Damn.
and we in there like just drunk as fuck, like 15, 16 or nah, like junior year, we were probably like 16.
Yeah, that's about 16, 17.
Yeah.
I had a kid, my buddy Joe. His parents would like go out to dinner and he would like have a party for like 2 hours and then try to get us out between like, we get in at 8 and they'd be back at 10 and he'd let everyone drink for like 2 hours in his backyard. We got caught like every time. His parents would be coming home for dinner and like 50 kids would pile out of his backyard. So stupid shit like that I remember doing when I was in high school.
Yeah, bro. That was probably like the extent of like my escapades in
Yeah.
like high school and shit. For the most part, I'm not gonna say a good kid because like I definitely was trying to get into some shit. It was just more so like the fact that I was so like my parents were so strict that whenever I had the opportunity to do some shit that I felt like was not allowed, I tried it.
Yeah.
But then after eventually that like whole thing runs out, and then you just kind of do what you do. So
So you said you went to East Carolina to play football.
Yeah.
Were you making music throughout high school and into college, or did that start in college?
yeah, so I was making music like probably like my freshman year for real. Like that's when I like started like
Of high school.
Yeah, of
Cool.
high school. And then I just was always making music, but the football was like very like it was yin and yang. Like, football and music don't really go together
Yeah.
when you are young because it's just like, I don't know, coaches and parents involved and shit like that. So I was always making music. I dropped a video in like high school and I was like talking about smoking weed and shit. And like my coaches and my family was like tweaking about it. So like I kind of had to like
Put it on the back burner.
put it on the back burner type shit. But then when I got to college, I kind of ramped it up again. Cause I was still doing it, still working on music like every day pretty much. But it was like I was like having practice and shit. So I couldn't like,
Yeah, and it's D1 football. I'm sure that's a huge commitment, like 5 a.m. lifts type shit.
Yeah, but it was actually cool though. Shout out Coach Mo, Scotty Montgomery. He now coach for the Colts, but
Oh shit.
he was actually like dumb cool with it. He was there basically like my whole time there. And he used to play my music in like the locker room and
That's
like
fire.
the like team room and shit. And then he got fired, and then the new coach came in and was like, nah, he
Not
was
having it.
not having it. So that's when I quit. I was like, fuck that.
So then do you stay at school or you quit football and leave school as well?
Quit football and quit school because the only reason why I was in school was to play
Football,
football.
yeah.
It was like
And then you put the foot on the gas for a little bit for the music?
for sure. I mean, shit, I've been on 10 ever since.
Yeah.
So
Was there a big moment after you quit, like where maybe you were kind of down on your luck a little bit and not in school and felt like things weren't going to work out?
hell no.
You always
I ain't
had
gonna lie.
confidence?
Yeah, I never really. I think really honestly, one thing that helped me was I never attached my identity to like sports
Yeah.
and like football because you know how it is. Motherfuckers be playing sports and they like, oh, this is what I do. I'm making it to the league, and that was never me. I always knew I had music. Like that was really what I love to do. Football was just something that made my parents happy and my family happy. So I felt like I did my due my due diligence to them, like giving them what they wanted. But at some point, you know, it came, all right, now it's time to do me.
When do you go out to LA for the first time? Because I was looking back through your videos, your like video history. There's a lot with Soul Serum that are super fire. I think one of them is out in LA in 2019, maybe, when there's like the beginning UFO in the beginning.
So that was shot by John Raw. Shout out to John Raw. So literally as soon as I dropped out, I moved to LA.
Cool.
For like that whole summer. That was like 2019 summer. And literally as soon as I dropped out, I was like, well, like, let's turn up. Because I had been people had been asking me to come out to LA, like different like labels and shit like that, were like, you know, trying to see what was up. And so I literally just went to LA, couch surfed for like 6 months, and a lot of opportunities arose from me doing that. Because I would go to parties and shit, and you know, I would just basically tell people like my situation, and you know, motherfuckers would be like, all right, you can stay with me for the night. And then next thing I know, I'm at another party and doing the same shit, like just couch surfing. So like that was a crazy time. But I was 19, so I couldn't do that now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody want a 23-year-old motherfucker like
living on their couch.
And type shit. But back then it was like, like niggas knew I was just grinding, so it was
LA's
cool.
weird like that. Like I remember I was out there in 2021. We were out at the Saddle Ranch place, and then just ended up at a party. And I'm at the party just chilling. And there were people like in the industry, like producer people, and like no one that I really knew off rip. And then I turn my head, and that Summer Rae girl is there. Chet Hanks is there. Like all these people randomly pop up, and I'm like, oh, so this is what people are talking about when they're like, you go out to LA and you meet people in the network instantly.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I get that vibe. Do you think that it was integral for you to go out to LA to get the music kickstarted?
Hell yeah. Like looking back on it, like for sure. Like not just the music, because like I don't even know if a lot of people know this, but like I went out there for music, and I made like probably my best song up until like some later shit came. And then I met this dude named Bryce, and then he took me to a party, and I started chopping it up with him.
Bryce
and he was
Hall,
like,
the TikToker?
Nah. This was Bryce before Bryce Hall.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yo, you trying to come to this video shoot or this like acting shit with me? Okay, and I was staying with him. So he wasn't going to leave me at his crib type shit. So I went with him, and it was just so happened to be Lele Pons. Yeah. And so then I got in the video, and I got some lines and everything. So I was like, oh shit, I can be out here acting too. Like, you know, I was like willing to do it all. So yeah, it just worked out, bro. For real.
Yeah, I saw that in the Patrick CC video about you. Shout out Patrick CC.
Hell yeah.
New Jersey guy. I'm from New York, but I lived in New Jersey for a little bit. And he described how you were in the Lele Pond skit. What was the role in the skit? Because I didn't watch the full thing on her channel, obviously. So what was your role in the video?
Bro, it's funny. I was literally a jock. And I had just got done playing football, so it was like it just made sense. You know, I was playing a jock in the little skit or whatever. So yeah.
Was she cool?
She was dumb cool, for real, and she was very down to earth. I don't know what like the narrative around her is. I ain't really like looked into it since, but bro, she was a great person to me. I mean, you know, she was busy acting, doing her thing, but you know, the interaction I did have with her was very smooth and very nice. So I got nothing but good things to say about her.
Cool. I want to talk about the Patrick CC thing a little bit, because I think he's a very important, you know, fixture in the underground. How did you get linked up with him? And I know you released a song with him, did a video with him. Tell me all about that relationship.
Bro, so a lot of people that you probably see me working with or have seen me working with, it's really just been like, it came down to me just like blowing them up, trying to get an opportunity. Because I feel like if I get an opportunity, I'm always ready for it. So like, that's what it was. Like in the video, I think he like literally showed how I like blew him up in like, you know, a year before that or 2 years before that or some shit. And he finally like was like, yeah, like I'm doing this like locked in thing. You know, come out to Oklahoma. I got a flight. And then, you know, from there it was just like good vibes, like in the studio making music. So yeah.
He lives in Oklahoma now?
Yeah.
He's from New Jersey, right?
I think so, but he lives in Oklahoma
City. Yeah. The song you guys put out was hard, and the little like vlog style video of you guys in the studio was super dope. I like how he kind of got in the scene as more of almost like executive producer manager role, because he's not like fucking really putting in too much input on the song, letting you do your thing, but like obviously his platform is a big one and it can help elevate.
Well, no, I ain't gonna cap. He really did put a lot of input in. Like that's one thing that I always say, because on the outside looking in, it probably looked like he not like
just bringing you the beat or whatever.
Yeah, but nah, he really did like have a lot of good input to say, and he helped me put that song together. Just because his whole thing was like, I'm gonna put you in a situation that you're not comfortable in.
Yeah.
Cause I want to make the song like something different and something unique. So, you know, I came with like bars and I came with like a song that I was ready to do, but he was like, nah, we're gonna do something different. And I actually really respect him for doing that. And then, you know, he just helped me put the song together really well. So yeah, shout out to Patrick. He's a real smart dude.
Yeah, he seems like it. His videos are super cool. The way he kind of, I love the videos where he's like, I took a budget of $1,000 and saw where it impacted the most for an artist promotion or something. I think that's a really important thing for artists to be able to see. I think it's an important thing to be able to kind of showcase that, you know, certain avenues like Spotify promotion, for example, is a lot of times a waste of money. It's, you know, there's a lot of different ways that people can point you in the right direction. He's doing a great job of it.
For sure.
I think he was in the video. He was almost like trying to push you away from like the heartbreak music. I like your heartbreak music, but you have obviously an eclectic mix of sounds. What is your favorite to make? I personally like the new song. What's your most recent video, $1 Million Play, like the rage beat? That shit was hard. And I liked it because I was listening to your old stuff, which is still fire, but a little bit more in that melodic kind of like emo pocket. But what do you like making the most?
That rage shit, for real. Yeah. And it's funny you bring that up because like as an artist, like I really take my artistry seriously. So like the rage shit is like the easiest shit to make.
Yeah.
For me, because that's just like, I don't know. I just like, I love rapping for real.
Yeah.
But like I try to challenge myself by making other shit. So it's funny because like a lot of my discography is like other shit. But really the $1 Million Play type shit is like the shit that I listen to.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm definitely gonna try to come out with more shit like that. But you know, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Who you listen to in that lane? Yeat,
bro, it's funny. Yeat,
Ken Carson, those guys.
If I had my phone, I'll show you. But bro, Yeat, I was just telling somebody else on the podcast I did like back home. I've known Yeat for like 3 years. Like I never met him in person, but
over the internet.
Over the internet, because back in like 2019, 2018, it was like a real like big like underground scene that I felt like I was a part of. People like Show Joe, like I don't know if you know who Show Joe is. People like Yeat, people like Exo Trap. Like I used to just always be like hitting them up. Like we used to just be talking about different shit. And like I got messages on my phone, bro, of like Yeat. He was like, I asked him to like make a song, and then he was like 150. And then at the time, I think that I was like had a little bit more notoriety than Yeat, which was like not much, but like I think I had like a little bit of notoriety, and I was like,
pissed. You're like, nah,
no, I wasn't even pissed. I was just like, nah, I'm cool, bro. But I was like, and then I sent him like some Lyrical Lemonade articles like of me, and then he was like, oh my bad, bro, I'm off the perks, like, like we can make a song for real. And then like I think we did, but it never like came out or something like that. But yeah, bro, Yeat is like been the homie.
Yeah, he's out of here. That's
he's out of here now. Yeah. It's crazy. So like, I was gonna make a TikTok actually and like say like, damn, missed my opportunity.
You
to
should.
Like,
that should go viral.
I know.
He'll probably see. He'll probably comment on it.
Oh God.
Damn, there was this. I make music as well, and when I in like 2017, I think I've told this story on the show, but but right before Juice blew up and before Juice WRLD signed, he was I guess just getting off. He probably had the Interscope deal on the table. He was like, I'm just gonna get as much money right now as I can doing features because he could probably knock them out in 5 minutes.
Right.
So me and my buddy, who was my producer, hit him up on his SoundCloud DMs and like sent him a song, and he's like 300 right now, and we were like, bet, like, what's the Cash App? And he just didn't respond. And like 3 days later, he announced like the signing. And then I saw on Apple Music like all these songs pop up that were like random rapper featuring Juice WRLD, and Juice bodied every feature. And then a bunch of them were just like shit, like dudes recording into like Apple headphones.
Oh my God.
And they like eventually got taken down. But I was like, damn, we could have been one of those shitty rappers on Juice WRLD's song that eventually got taken down. But yeah, it's crazy how like you can't really predict who's gonna have a moment like that, but it's good that you have a relationship with him, and you know, if you run into him, I'm sure you guys are like recognize each other, chop it up.
And that's how I look at it. Like, I don't make friendships or like hit people up, you know, like thinking like, oh, they might blow up, so let me be friends with them. It's more so just like I really fuck with his music. Yeah. So I just, you know, reached out, and I think it'll make it all that more better when I, you know, eventually get on that level to just like, you know, chop it up and be like, oh, back in like this, you know, time we was like, you know, so yeah, for sure.
How'd you get involved with Soul Serum? I like what those guys do a lot, and they obviously are great on the visual side. How did that come into play?
So I was living in Columbus, Ohio.
And they're based out of Ohio, right?
Well, they were, I think.
Cincinnati?
Cincinnati, yeah. So they were based in Cincinnati. And, you know, just at the time, I was trying to get tapped in out in Ohio. And I forgot how exactly I met them or how I got tapped in with them. Well, actually, not. I think I do remember. So they used to, like, have, like, a blog. That's how they first started. They had a blog, and they, like, you know, made a blog post about one of my songs at the time. And then I think I just like stayed tapped in with them, followed them or some shit. And then when I moved to Ohio, they wanted to, or not they wanted to, but like I reached out to them to shoot the Moonlight video or something like that. It was just on some real organic shit. And then they shot the Moonlight video. And then I did a podcast like the day before. And then ever since then, bro, we just been super locked in, super tight. So yeah.
So all their videos are shot out of Ohio mainly, right?
Nah, not necessarily. Cause so I was living in Houston last year.
Damn,
this
you're
time
a world
last
traveler.
year. Yeah, bro. I done lived north, south, east, west. But yeah, this time last year I was living in Houston and they flew out. My team flew them out to Houston to shoot a video in Houston. So they be traveling and shit for sure.
Awesome. I think you have great videos, and I like the attention that I think, I don't know if it's necessarily you, but like whoever's doing your videos pays to detail and like, you know, kind of try to change it up. One thing that I really liked when I was looking through your YouTube channel this week were the color box videos.
Bro.
I think you should bring that shit back because that's super unique. It was like one shot and not a whole lot going on, but it just looked so fire. That's a really unique thing I think you gotta lean into.
Nah, okay, so I'm gonna tell you exactly why I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay, tell me.
So shout out Tommy did it. That's my brother. It's my photographer, and he also just like he more than a photographer, bro. He just like a genius on some just like creative shit. And so back when I was living in Ohio, he was still going to this school called Capital University. It's like in Columbus.
Okay.
And it's like an artsy school type shit. So he was in the like photography program or something. And they had just like a dope ass like studio with a white background and like all the lights and shit like that. So we used to go in there and shoot like cover arts and all different types of shit. And then one day I was like, dude, we should just do some video shit. Yeah. And it just so happened like he turned the lights one way and I was like, oh, that shit look hard. And then he was like, wait, stand right there. And took a photo and the photo came out looking hard. And we was like, well, let's just do like a video. And then we did Firestarter. Yeah. And Firestarter, I got the beat from Firestarter from God damn, what's his name? He be producing for Yachty like back in the day, like
Burberry Perry?
Nah, it's one of his other producers.
I don't know what happened to Burberry Perry either though.
I don't know either, but fuck.
I have a funny story about Yachty. I gotta tell you off camera, but
okay, yeah, but damn, I wish I could remember his name. I feel bad I don't remember his name, but I just DM'd him and I was like, bro, let me get a beat or something like that, like, and he just sent me a beat for free, and so I was like, hell yeah, and then I just shot that shit and yeah, but I'm gonna try to bring it back. The only problem is like
you don't have access to that facility.
I don't have access to that specific facility.
Yeah,
and then Tommy is in Ohio, so it's like, you know, kind of like.
I just think that's like such a great way to get like some TikTok marketing or whatever. You could do like 10 in a day and you just do different colors. That shit's fire. Yeah,
we might have to keep that on the low because motherfuckers gonna steal that shit.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to edit it out. We'll see.
You might have.
Man, funny. So what are you working on right now? Obviously, the most recent video drops on Rage, some like Rage type shit. Mm-hmm. Is that a sound you're gonna stick with, or do you have any EP project type plans? What are we working on? Yeah, so I'm working on starting a company actually. Oh shit.
Yeah, called Sapien.
Cool.
And that's gonna be the album name that I'm coming out with this year.
Okay.
It's an acronym that stands for somehow all people involved eventually navigate. And I'm basically trying to like, I don't want to go too deep into what I'm trying to do.
You don't give me all the sauce, just give me a little bit.
Yeah, basically I'm trying to like have like a consultant branch of the company, and then I'm gonna have like a label-esque side of the company where I like help artists grow, and then I'm gonna have like a side of the company where it's gonna be like fashion and like apparel.
That's fire.
So basically that's what I'm working on. Like I'm putting all my time and effort into that. And then as far as musically, I'm really trying to just like put together a cohesive project. Keep my energy that I like, that people like, because I get a chance to see from the demographics and the analytics like what people are like gravitating to, and in certain areas that I'm trying to like focus on. So musically, like you really never know what you're gonna get from me because I'm very experimental and I love just like trying to be different. But I'll definitely say like with Sapien, there's a couple records on there that's like hits for sure, and like I can say that with confidence just because like I've released so many records and I've seen like the attention that they get, and so it's a couple of records on there that's going crazy, and that's why it's taking me so long because I want every track on there to be to be one of those. So you know, that's basically what I'm working on right now.
That's awesome that you're gonna create your own company and working towards that, because
for sure.
There's like two schools of thought that like you should only do one thing and be really good at it, and then there's also another school of thought that like, you know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I kind of feel both are true. You don't want to overextend yourself, but you also don't want to pigeonhole yourself. Mm-hmm. And if you can get a company that's, you know, up to a size where it's bringing you some income, you're helping other artists, that's only going to help the music. Like I had a guy in here named 4-5. He's from New York. He kind of does rage stuff and the new wave sound, but he also runs this clothing company called New York City Gun Club, and it's fire ass clothes, and the whole aesthetic matches his music aesthetic. And he went through a period where his music wasn't moving the way he wanted to, so he's like, I'm going to put my attention to this brand. I'd say that's what's happening with you, but he said like I put some attention into the clothing, and I'm making clothing drops, making money off that. That's helped me put money back in the music, and it just kind of made everything elevate at the same time.
For sure.
So that's a really, really good and smart, route to go down.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is because I definitely feel like, you don't want to neglect certain things, and like music is something that I'm always going to do. So I don't necessarily have to like put attention towards it. Like I'm always going to be making music, but I just feel like at my current position right now, where I am, I need an engine behind me. Yeah, and that's one thing that I'm gonna also build into. Like, I don't want to get into it because I feel like it's like one of the best ideas ever. I could tell you off air, but so I'm gonna basically try to create my own engine to like promote myself without needing like external, external people or.
We don't need you, Patrick CC. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, we always need Patrick, but yeah. So I'm definitely just trying to like expand, and I don't want to like you said, pigeonhole myself because I definitely can handle doing multiple things. I mean, like I think like I'm always like thinking like how can I like get to the next level, or how can I like be better. So it's just a natural progression for me to be like, all right, I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, well, there's all these companies doing all this stuff trying to give artists resources, and then there's all these companies that I admire on the clothing side, and it's like, why not just try to do that shit myself? Like,
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So,
is this something where, like, if you were to get a big opportunity from a label, you would want them to be a part of the Sapien side of things, or would it be a JV thing, or you kind of want to keep things completely separate if you have an elevated opportunity in music?
Honestly, I mean, I think if a label came and like actually heard me out and like really bought into the vision, I think that it would be more so of a partnership, and I would need a lot of equity. So like, and that's the thing too. Like I feel like
hearing you say the word equity. That's smart.
Yeah. So I feel like, I don't close any door, and I don't like, say like, nah, fuck that, because like you never know what type of opportunities are gonna come and arise. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it would be very beneficial if a label wanted to, put up some capital or something like that, and like let me just kind of like run my shit, because I feel like, honestly, if you look at me, like I'm not an artist development project. Like I already got pretty much, I'm sure there's, from some people's perspective, there's a lot of things I could work on, and I know that myself. But just like from a hustle and grind perspective, like you don't gotta tell me to wake up in the morning and get started. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like really, honestly, from a label's perspective, or from really just any investor perspective, like it's like a great way to like get your return, because all you got to do is just give hungry young artist that's got some motion already, like, but at the same time I don't need it, and that's why I'm like trying to just get it on my own, because I don't want to ever have to feel like, I hate when people are like, bro, if I just had this I could get to the next level. It's like, well, just figure it out, so. And
I think that's like potentially holding a lot of artists back, like wishing that they had the label. You got to kind of just go for it, get it yourself, and good things will come. Right. Seems like you got a very eclectic fashion sense as well. You always stepping out in something fly. I've seen a lot of the videos you rocking the Spider stuff, the Thug clothing brand.
For sure.
Fire, free those guys.
For sure.
What kind of role does fashion play in everything you do?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's really just like, it sounds so cliche, but it's more so just like a lifestyle. Like the way I grew up and like how I was raised, it was just kind of always like, getting fly was just like the thing to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't try to like be like a fashion guy. You know what I mean? It's just like when I wake up, like the first thing I think, if I'm going to something like this, or if I'm going to an interview, or if I'm going to a show, like I have to get fly, just because it's like, it's like when in sports, it's like look good, play good type shit. It's the same shit.
It pays good.
Exactly. So yeah, I think fashion is just like something that is an extension of like your personality. Yeah. So it's no wonder that like, I try to get fly, because I feel like I'm a fly dude in general. So the garments got to match.
Do we have any garments in the bag with the Uber that potentially may never come back?
Well, it's just a little tote bag. Yes, sir.
Oh, hell yeah. There we go.
Yeah, it's a little It's a little bare knuckles tote bag, nothing crazy.
Okay, shout out Mr. Uber driver who brought it back.
Nah, for sure. And I told him I was gonna pay him $50. I don't know if you gave him cash or not. I bet. So we slid.
I lost a backpack with a laptop in an Uber, and I just never got it back in the day. So I'm glad this guy had a little bit of a conscience, because that would have been tough to lose the inhaler, you know?
Nah, for sure. Cause the way I'm running around, I'm gonna need that.
Does that affect you recording at all? Like sometimes?
Nah. And honestly, like,
Are you a smoker? You smoke weed?
Yeah, I smoke weed. But not like religiously or like too crazy. But honestly, like, I like to just keep my inhaler just because like like my asthma is to the point where I don't need my inhaler, but like I never want to be in a situation where I'm like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? So I just keep it on me. So really, I just wanted the bag because I got like my toothbrush in there and shit, like my deodorant, like just like, I don't know. I just keep. You don't want to
be musty in Texas.
Nah, hell nah. Yeah, nah. I just like to keep like certain shit like on my body in case I need it.
So shows lined up in Texas. I think you said, who's DJ?
So DJ Sud, that's 2 Chainz DJ. Shout out to Sud, man. That's my brother. Really my big brother. He manages this artist named Anella Harem.
Okay.
And Anella's going crazy out of North Carolina right now. And my manager is really tight with Sud, and so Sud just be showing love. Like I was telling you, he just be showing love, and he was like, he reached out to my manager and was like, "Hey, we're gonna have a few slots at South by Southwest. You know, you guys want to come perform?" And so, like I said, like whenever opportunity arises, I'm there. So I just bought a flight, and then we on the way.
You go crazy on stage? Are you getting the crowd turned and everything?
Have you seen some of the videos?
I think I've seen some clips on your Instagram, but I haven't seen like a full performance video or anything.
Yeah, bro. I be trying. I mean, shit. I don't know, the fans got to tell me, but shit, I be feeling like I'm going crazy. Yeah. When I'm up there, I be shirtless.
Fire.
Like, yeah, bro. Definitely trying to go crazy. I get like a lot of my performance mannerisms and shit from like Cardi, Uzi. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like,
are you yelling like a demon into the auto-tune?
Nah, hell,
like Cardi?
Nah, see, the most recent shit was I heard was kind of OD, but like, yeah, nah.
Loud shit. I mean, shout out to him doing his thing, but that shit sounded on another level.
And just, I want to put it out there, like, what you see on the media and like the like headline half the time don't be how it really was.
Yeah,
so like I ain't saying it was bad or nothing like that. But yeah, man, for sure. Like when it comes to performing, I feel like that was really like my like most that's probably the easiest thing that I do. It just comes the most natural.
Yeah.
Like performing is just like
performing's easier for you than perhaps like getting in the studio and knocking out a song. Like you think it comes more second nature? Not more second nature, but it's just easier to.
Yeah. Well, nah. I probably say they like go hand in hand, but I would say performing is a lot easier than like doing an interview or something like that. Like, and don't get me wrong, like I feel pretty natural doing all this shit because I've always like envisioned me doing it. Like I was telling you, I envisioned myself coming to New York, doing an interview, doing a freestyle. So all of it just kind of feels like it's supposed to happen. But I will say like performing and like recording is just like something that comes super natural. It's just like I'm in my element, you know?
Yeah, I have had the same thing with like music and also like interviews and stuff. Ever since I mean, he's kind of falling from grace right now a little bit. Well, he hasn't, but those co-hosts would be like, as soon as I saw a first No Jumper interview, like the X one, I was like, I could do that. And I've like mentally gone through like a fake script in my head of when I would sit down with like X artists and what I would say. It's a little neurotic and weird, but it's definitely like, I think you need a little bit of that to exist in this space or in
for sure,
media music wise. What is it about North Carolina right now? I've been tapping into Kevin Powers. A lot of good talent coming out there. Lil Man J, you know Lil Man J?
Bro, Lil Man J. So shout out Kyle Beats too, because Lil Man J and Kyle Beats just released a song and they did some other shit too. Me and Kyle Beats got something coming out like very soon. It's gonna be kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's got a huge channel as well.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I be trying to do, bro. Trying to get tapped in with those YouTubers and like get my content out that way because it's just like right now, like my fan base isn't huge to the point where like I can put out something and it's gonna like reach that audience, like the level of people that I want to get it to.
Yeah.
So like when I can work with people like Patrick CC, people like Kyle Beats, it's an opportunity for me to like show my talent, and then it's an opportunity for them just to work with like cool up and coming artists, and eventually it's kind of like a scratch my back, I scratch yours type shit. Like I'm gonna always show love to those dudes. You know what I'm saying? So.
If you know Lil Man J though, you gotta tap me in with him because I need that interview, man.
I don't know Lil Man J personally, but
he's from North Carolina.
Yeah,
right?
he be in Charlotte, but I think he's like type young for real. So
Yeah, I
like
think so, too.
we don't be in the same circles. You know what I'm saying?
I DM'd him once and he responded, but it was before he even dropped the Lil Baby. What was it, Lil Baby? Or the
Run
no
Up the City,
cap?
we- Run
Was
Up-
it Cap Freestyle? he
I don't
called
know.
it?
Something like that. Yeah.
But he does sound like Baby, and it's just hilarious and also hard. So no knock to him, but I definitely want to get that Lil Man J interview. You said we're working on a project, Sapien. Is there any type of release date on the horizon for it?
I mean, I'm looking at like May, but like I'm a perfectionist, so it's probably gonna get pushed back. I ain't gonna lie. But shit, I mean, we'll see. I'm about to move, so I'm living in Raleigh right now, but I'm about to move to Charlotte. I'm about to build a studio in the crib.
Sick.
So it's gonna be.
Do you record yourself?
Yeah,
Cool.
I record myself.
That's really important, I think.
Yeah, because I be producing a little bit too, and so it makes it easier. I don't gotta like be on the clock, like taking my phone, like damn, I got 2 more hours in the studio. Like
it drains your creativity, I think, a little bit, and kind of creates like a pseudo anxiety that doesn't really help become you be creative.
Right, for sure.
Are you the type of guy that listens to your demos 1,000 times before you put it out, or you try to stay away from that? Yeah.
Most definitely, bro.
I listened to a Jack Harlow interview one time. He's like, I don't listen to any of my demos because I always want to tweak it, and I just leave it alone. I think that's a great mindset, but I feel like no one does that. Like,
yeah,
he's
nah.
like, I just listen to it once, and then I listen to it again when I go into the mastering session.
Yeah, he's different. He's definitely different. So, yeah.
You got to nitpick a little bit.
For sure. I listen to my demos just because, like, I'm one of my favorite artists, and that sounds so conceited, but, like, that's just really, like...
I think you need to be if you're making music.
Yeah, like, I love listening to my music, and I love critiquing myself. I'll go back, like, 3 months later and be like, damn, I should have added a, ooh, hey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm definitely one of those motherfuckers that be listening to the demo for, like, years sometimes.
I got one suggestion for you that I would like to see. If it fits into the project, maybe. If not, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Try to get into that honestly never mind dance pocket. I think you could go crazy with it.
Yeah, bro. I'm glad you said that, man, because I really
it's gonna be
want to
big
do
this
that.
summer.
I do too, bro.
Yeah, I think
I do too.
crazy.
Like just that whole like not even like the dance, but it's more so just like that. It's like that bounce. It's like,
yep.
That shit is just like it gets people going. Like, and
the Jersey club shit's huge right now with Uzi.
Exactly, bro. So yeah, I'm shit. I was working with it on Magnolia. I don't know if you heard Magnolia. Yeah. So I was kind of like working with it. Shout out to Take 45. He been going crazy. He just dropped a song with Jetson. That's my brother for real. So yeah, honestly, you might have just sparked something like I might just go text somebody right now and be like, I need some dance hall beats or something.
There we go.
Well, not dance hall, but
dance influence.
Dance influence beats.
Fire, man. Well, I can't thank you enough for coming by. I'm glad we got the Uber shit figured out. I'm glad we're not going to be missing anything when you go down to Texas. But tell everyone where to follow you one more time, all socials, and thank you for coming by, man. So
I go by the name of Ducey Gold. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. It's DUCEYGOLD. And yeah.
There we go.
That's it, brother.
Almost viral. We out.
Thank you, bro. Of course, man. Thank you.
Good shit.